Hi, welcome all of you, and you are watching the videos related to material management for Coal India Limited. There is an exam for management trainee in material management, and you are watching the videos related to that. So this particular video is related to one of the very important topic in material management and generally for management also, and that is called supply chain management. What is supply chain and how to manage that? Supply chain, understand the word supply of goods and services. Good is something which we can see, like car, right? That is a good. And service, like education which we are imparting you, that is called service. Hospitality, hospital, restaurant, education, this all are services. So goods and services whenever go from manufacturer to the customer, that flows through particular chain. Like raw material comes in the form of steel, then automobile goes to the customer. So you understand entire supply chain has many manufacturing processes, assembly processes. So there are so many things which are to be done, including packaging, transportation and all. रॉ मटेरियल जब कस्टमर तक एज अ फिनिश्ड प्रोडक्ट जाता है तो उसके बीच में पूरी सप्लाई होती है. So when raw material goes to the customer in the form of finished product, it flows through one particular chain or one particular line. That is, entire thing is called supply chain, and managing that particular thing in efficient way is called supply chain management. So the management of that is called supply chain management. That is something which we have to see. Now supply chain management is something which links the logistics, analysis, management, profit. So all these things are connected together and this becomes the supply chain management. So distribution, that is also part of supply chain. So finished product is to be delivered, that is also supply chain. So if you typically think of Amazon से आपने कोई चीज ऑर्डर किया, वो तुम्हें घर तक छोड़ने आएगा. तो जो आदमी तुम्हें छोड़ने आता है सामान, पैकेजिंग भी होगा उसका, फिर वो तुम्हें छोड़ेगा. That entire thing is supply chain. Now think of Amazon is giving you very good product. Packaging is not good. You may not like it. Packaging is also good, product is also good, but the person who is to deliver is not good or he is not delivering at right time. Again, the service will be hampered. So taking the product from manufacturer to the customer in the finished product form and entire thing which is involved is called supply chain, and you have to manage that properly. And it should increase, if supply chain management is good, then entire logistics improve, management if it is good, profit improves. So all these things are related. So in this particular domain you study all this. कौन से functions होते हैं supply chain management के? There are so many functions. Some of the functions can be purchasing. Think of typically Amazon. What Amazon does? Amazon is selling you a book. Do you think Amazon has written that book? No, it has procured it from some person, purchased it from some person who has written it. Then operations are there. What are operations? Packaging, ये वो सब किया उसमें. Logistics, okay, put it in the lorry and lorry will go to another place. Logistics, resource management, the people who are working for you, the machines which you have taken. So all the resources are whether they are being optimally used or not, information flow is improved or not. So all these things are the part of supply chain. So service को customer को देने effectively, if you want to give service to the customer in an effective way, then entire thing should be very optimum or effective. That is the meaning of effective supply chain. And we have already done the topics like ERP, MRP. So ERP, MRP kind of topics are related to supply chain. These are basically MRP and all is a part of supply chain only. So now can you see some benefits of supply chain management? Yes sir, inventory management is a part of that. What is MRP? Material requirement planning is the computerized control of inventory, inventory management. So MRP is also part of supply chain. Transportation should be effective, warehousing should be effective, packaging cost should be reduced. Think of Amazon ka profit will go in millions, if the packaging cost is reduced. So if you make packaging more effective, flexibility should be there in the supply chain, customer service should be better, revenue should increase, performance and profitability at the end should increase. So ultimate objective of any organization is to increase the profitability. That is something which is to be done. Now, what is supply chain management? What are the main components of supply chain management? That depends, that varies from organization to organization. You know, for manufacturing industry it may be different, for construction industry it may be different, for IT sector it may be different, but there are some components of supply chain. You know, सप्लाई चेन के मेन कंपोनेंट होता है सप्लायर कौन कौन से हैं, वेयर हाउस जहां स्टोर करना है, ट्रांसपोर्ट जहां करना है, जहां तुम्हें इसको बेचना है, जहां तुम्हें इसको इंप्लीमेंट करना है. So different managements come, logistic management, procurement, information, storing, construction, supply. So these are some of the components, and as I told you, that depends upon industry to industry. So these are some of the components of the supply chain management, how you do it. And now we come to main part, which is the theory part. This document you will get it, so these materials you will get it, take it and start reading all these components or the materials. So what do you understand by supply chain management? Sir, it is the management of the flow of goods and services. I explained you. What is good? Which you can see or you can touch. Pen, car, cloth, anything. What is service? Which you cannot see, but it has a value. I mean, you want to purchase this module which you have taken, Coal India Limited module which you have taken, material management, purchase from YourPedia. It is service. You cannot touch it, but you can understand what we are teaching you. So all the processes that convert the raw material into final product, so all the processes together are called supply chain, and you have to manage it very well. What is ultimate objective? Ultimate objective is to maximize the, you know, satisfaction level of customer and to maximize the profit. That is how it is to be done, and give competitive edge. As you know, e-commerce companies, there are so many e-commerce companies, Flipkart, Amazon and all. So there is a competition. Supply chain management is a centralized management of flow of goods and services. So how to manage the flow of goods and services in a centralized manner, that is called supply chain. So it cuts the cost, delivers the products to consumer in a faster way, in more efficient way. Think of Amazon and think of how the things are moving. I mean, customer तक मेरे को पहुंचाना है, उसको satisfaction भी देना है, in time deliver करना है. Think of, you know, these Domino's, Pizza Hut people. When you order something, they deliver it to you in very good, in packaging form, in good quality product. They deliver you in time and proper cost. Those things are there. So, you know, if supply chain of particular companies are good, then those companies are not in, you know, customers will be happy with them and customers will not have complaints with them. And if complaints are not there, they do not get involved into lawsuits or something. So it helps companies in many ways. Branding is done, reputation of the company goes up, and more customers you can have. 5 most critical element of supply chain are how to make the strategy, how to make, you know, source the raw material, how to do production, distribution, and then if you want to return. Amazon में आप बहुत सा product you return. If you don't like it, you return the product in Amazon, right? So returning also should be effective. So if you don't like something, I don't want it, I want to return it. I did not like the color. That is also part of customer satisfaction. So supply chain manager is to control and reduce the cost and avoid the supply shortage. So ultimate objective of supply chain manager is that supply chain is efficiently working, customer is satisfied, shortage is not there, delivery is on time, right product reaches the right person in right time, and cost is minimum for him and the profit is maximum for the organization. So this is what the role of supply chain manager is. But how does it work? You know, you have to make, you know, this supply chain as efficient and economical as possible. So there is a central control basically in supply chain management of all the things, production, transportation, distribution, उसका सारे का centralized control है. Like if your product has been delivered, तो Amazon के ऊपर वो तुम्हें एक status दिखाएगा कि deliver हो चुका है. Nowadays what happens is when you order some food from some outlet, you get to know कि कहाँ वो पहुँच गया, where he has reached. So you'll get an idea, oh, he's reached here now, he has delivered now. So everything, that information centralized, you get it. Companies can cut their cost and deliver products to the consumer in a faster manner, and, you know, tighter control of internal inventories to be done, production, distribution, sales, and everything should be done in efficient manner. That is what is the objective of the supply chain. That is how it is to be done. What are the 5 parts of supply chain management? 5 parts of supply chain management, we will discuss it. So the ultimate objective is to minimize the shortage and keep the cost down. The manager will try to do that, and it is not about purchasing or logistics. That is the part of material requirement planning, MRP. Productivity and efficiency is something which is to be focused. Not only this, ultimate objective of any organization is to increase the productivity and to profitability, and ultimate objective is to enhance the quality of service to the customer. Now, what are the 5 main objectives of supply chain management? If somebody asks you what are the 5 parts of supply chain management, first part is a planning. Planning is very, very important, and in the planning only these things help you. Like ERP, enterprise resource planning, is like a centralized information system connecting all the departments: sales, purchase, and marketing department, production department, service department, packaging department. Every department is connected through centralized information system. That is called enterprise resource planning. The earlier version of that was MRP. Now it is ERP. So ERP can help in making very good planning, that how much thing is required, when the raw material is required, at which stage of manufacturing are we, what is the capacity required. So all these things can be very well planned. That is, planning is first part. Then the sourcing. Sourcing means relationship with the supplier should be really good. From where you get the raw material. So whether the raw material is of good quality, am I getting the raw material at right price, are the vendors competitive, record of delivering goods is good or not, whether I am getting the perishable goods or lead time is okay or not. So this all the things I am getting in proper way. So sourcing should be very, very effective. These supply chain management depends heavily on the strong relationship with the suppliers and vendors. So if your suppliers or vendors are not trustworthy, they are not trustworthy, then you cannot further, you cannot promise your customer further, and you cannot deliver properly. Again, I will give you example of Amazon. Suppose Amazon is to, you purchased a book from Amazon. Now that book Amazon is not writing, it has taken from somewhere. So that person who supplies that book to Amazon is the supplier of Amazon. Now suppose supplier is not good, then entire supply chain of Amazon gets disturbed. So this is the relation should be very good with the vendors and suppliers. That is also important, and vendors and suppliers information is also a part of ERP, that is also there. So now manufacturing in the manufacturing you need to produce the final product from the raw material, and in MRP, material requirement planning, we have seen that to convert a raw material into finished product, you need to understand how much raw material is required, when is the processing is to be done, what is the packaging, testing, assembly, what thing we have to do, waste we have to prevent. So all these activities we need to plan, and accordingly we need to do manufacturing. Then it is a delivery part. As I am telling you from the very beginning, keep thinking of Amazon and e-commerce company and keep understanding what is the supply chain. So delivering of the product is very important. Distribution process is, it builds the image of the brand you are. So safely it should be delivered, timely delivery should be there, inexpensive should be there. So whatever I want it at cheap rate, I want it at my doorstep, I want it in particular time. आज मैंने order किया तो 2 दिन के अंदर आ जाए, something like that. So that everything delivering is also important part of that. Returning, customer wants to return it. So reverse logistic should also be there. That is called reverse logistic. Logistic is reaches you. Reverse logistic is I don't want it, take it back. That is called reverse logistic. So return should also be easy. So what are the main components? Sir, returning, then delivering or logistic or transportation, manufacturing part, sir, then sourcing part, and then planning part. These are the 5 important parts of your supply chain management. You should understand that. So now what are the typical models or the types of supply chain? There are different kind of models on which supply chain works, because not every industry is same. Every industry is different, and the requirement of every industry is also different. So there is a categories of the supply chain models. Let's discuss. There are 6 different models which company can adopt for its supply chain management processes. Let's go with first, which is for most of the mature industries, continuous flow model. It's a very traditional, conventional model. It depends upon the same thing is being produced again and again. So customer demand remains more or less same. Like typical this industries which are consumer good industries, the demand does not change suddenly. Like if I say demand of soap, suddenly it will change. Actually it will not, it will remain same. So those industries which are working on the products where demand is not fluctuating much, their supply chain you need to make efficient it in different way. You need to think of something different. So that is called continuous flow, similar kind of flow. Agile model means the demand can be unpredictable. It is customer order based. So flexibility can be there. So particular time pay company may have one requirement and on other time it may have another requirement. So there can be flexibility, there can be fluctuation in that demand, and if there is a fluctuation in the demand, you need to have your inventory management very efficient to meet that particular demand. So that kind of model is called agile model. What is the meaning of fast model? So turnover of a product in short life cycle should be quick. Company wants to take the benefit of the trend. Presently there is some trend going on and I want that I should take the benefit of trend. People require this now itself. So let's launch the product fast. Like Diwali festival is coming or Holi festival or Christmas is coming and there is a lot of demand and next 15 days only that demand will remain. So let's reach to the customer fast. That is called fast model. What is the flexible model? Flexible model is dependent upon the seasons. It is similar to fluctuation in the demand. Agile model, high demand requirement as per peak season, but I know the peak season. As I was giving you example of festive season, I was telling you that when the festive season come, people purchase and that purchase behavior of the customer is known, that this kind of things the customer will be purchasing. So during that time I should follow the flexible model. What is the efficient model? When the profit margin is very less, but because you have to sell it to the masses, profit margin may be very less, but since you are selling it to the masses, profit can be huge. That is basically called efficient model. I give you example, like I was telling you, like Amazon Pay packaging is one of the activities. Now there are so many products you have to sell every day and packaging is important. Now suppose you suggested something to Amazon which improves its packaging activity or process, it makes it better, more efficient. Don't you think it can lead to huge profit to the company? Maybe the profit per packaging is 1 rupee, but because there are millions of packaging items, so it can increase the profit to a great extent. There is custom model. Custom model means as per the requirement of particular industry, custom made as per that industry. So highly specialized industries having technical requirements, something like automobile manufacturer, they have their own requirements and that is called custom requirement, and as per that custom requirement you need to have those kind of products. So custom model means as per the requirement of that company. So there can be different models for that. So these are the 6 types of supply chain models on which the companies work. Continuous flow hai, agile model hai, that means unpredictable demand hai, fast model hai, I need to provide immediate to the market, flexible model hai, demand will change as per the peak season, efficient model hai, very less profit but yes number is huge, custom model as per industry. So these are the categories. Maybe the kind of question can be asked that what do you understand by this model and where you need to do improvement in this model. So try to understand this entire things which are covered in the topic, take the notes and try to understand all this so that we make when the questions are given to you, you are in position to answer those questions, so that can be done. So revise it well, and this particular material management part of your Coal India Limited topics are very straight, simple, but there are so many topics for entire syllabus. You need to understand that, and there is an interrelationship between various topics. I am very sure you have understood this particular topic. For supply chain, when you read supply chain, also read ERP, MRP, material management videos. Those videos also you cover, so that you get a fair good idea about the things, how supply chain can be made more effective. So keep learning with YourPedia. Thank you.